Welcome to Mindset and Tactics, and today we're going to be going over my favorite everyday carry non-lethal options. Now, if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. I'm going to be coming out with new content, and also check out my main channel, which is We Run Guns. Now, I'm going to leave links to all these things in the description so you guys can check that out, but let's go through it one by one. Okay, so starting with the biggest distance that you could have between you and your potential attacker is definitely going to be the pepper spray. So we'll start off on the right. And this is Sabre pepper gel. This is, I believe, up to 15 feet. And depending on, of course, the weather conditions, right? Because if it's too windy, then it's going to be very difficult for you to maybe use this, or especially if it's coming in your face. Now, to counteract that, this is the gel version, and this is supposed to be less susceptible to wind. But of course, I mean, if you're in a hurricane or something, this is definitely not going to work. And as you guys can see here, it's actually going to expire pretty soon. So I will be doing a test on this and doing some training with it, so you definitely don't want to miss that. So subscribe to check that out in the future, but definitely a good option to carry. Now obviously this is a little bit big to carry, and it does come with a holster, as you guys can see here, and you can carry this on your hip, but I don't really foresee this being very reasonable unless of course you're like out in the woods or something. If you're living in the city, it just looks very odd to carry that on your pocket on the side, and especially if it's illegal, right? So you have to know your laws. This one in my state is still legal based on the size, but you definitely want to check your local laws and see. But it definitely looks a little odd to carry this outside unless you're pretty much in the middle of nowhere and you don't really care. So what I would recommend next is this one. This is the Mark 6 by Sabre. Also same company, but they have very good stats. And as you guys can see here, I'm going to zoom in or focus that for you. So this is very effective, 12 to 15 feet, and very easy to conceal. I really like this clip here, and this flip up top, spring loaded, definitely keeps your pockets pretty safe, and it's very easy to use. There's no twisting, nothing complicated. It's just up, in, ready to go. So definitely a good non-lethal option. Now next up, what I'm going to talk about is keys, because everyone carries keys, and basically, this could be used as an improvised force multiplier if you needed it to be. So the way I would use this is basically I'd come in here and use it something like that. Actually, probably this way would be even better. And by doing it this way, you're able to still attack and maintain safety for your hands. I think if you wanted to use a smaller key like this, it pretty much wouldn't be any good. So if you happen to have a key that looks something like this, I think it could certainly be used in a self-defense situation. It definitely want to go for pressure points, probably like neck, eyes, any soft areas. And this is definitely for like worst case scenarios. So not my first choice, but certainly a choice that you might want to consider. Now next up is a tactical flashlight. This is something I recommend that everyone carry. I have reviewed these lights, so you want to check those out. But first one here, I have as you guys can see here, the HT18 by Haxtech. And this is a very good light. The bezel here is intended for self-defense use. It's obviously not too aggressive, so it's not going to tear up your pockets, but it certainly can be used. It's mil-spec aluminum. So basically any light that you could get a full grip on, and maybe even a grip on the back, is something that you can use for self-defense. Here I also have the 1200 lumen EDCL2T by Surefire. Very awesome, very bright light. And this one as well. Now, again, this is not a very rough bezel. It's not like, for example, the Wildtac has like these huge spikes that you could use. This is actually pretty safe for travel and for using on an airplane. So this could definitely slip in. If you have those big spikes out here, you're probably not going to be able to get onto an airplane with it. You'll probably end up losing it. But this one you could certainly use. I like that you could blind an attacker, and then at the same time you could also strike if you needed to. Same here with the ProTac Troop AAA, but obviously you don't get that much of a grip. I would actually prefer something a little bit thicker, even though it's not as comfortable to carry. And the strike bezel is okay, but like I said, I want to get a good grip on it, so I'd probably use one of the other two. Okay, last up, I have here a tactical pen by Smith & Wesson. And I'll leave links so you guys can check that out. But what I like about it is the grip. So with the grip here, it definitely won't slide in your hands. It's definitely designed to get a good grip on it, which is very nice. And of course, you could also hold the top. And for you guys that might be thinking like, hey, that's not an actual pen. It is. But what you got to do is you just got to unscrew it and close it. And close the cap on the back. And then basically you have your pen. And these ink cartridges are replaceable. So that's pretty nice. You could easily find them on Amazon or anywhere else. I'll leave links for that as well. And what you do is you just close it up. And technically, if you just first glance at it, it looks kind of like in the open position when it's actually closed. And that's intended for it to be kind of secretive in that way. But this is a very good clip. It's a very good quality by Smith & Wesson. I highly recommend this one. And the last incognito self-defense weapon you could use is this unbreakable umbrella. So this is a German company. They actually market this as being unbreakable. This back piece is very hard, so it could probably break something, very easily. And it gives you distance between you and your attacker. It's something that you could carry daily. People won't be too suspicious, if the weather, under the right weather conditions, of course. And then, of course, at the tip, this is also very hard and can be used to basically poke or do whatever it is that you need to do with it. You could stand on this thing. You could hit it as hard as you can. Company guarantees that it will not break. So pretty cool in my opinion. Could use for many different options. And it has this, so you could carry it very easily. And then again, it's just a normal umbrella. So if you're gonna go out and buy an umbrella, you might as well have something that could serve multiple purposes, and that's why I chose this one. All right, so that's pretty much it, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you guys next time.